joined by Professor Paulo Eduardo Freire, also known as Professor Pugh. That's what I call him, Professor Pugh. That's how we know him. Fourth degree black belt, GB Chandler, head professor, world's Pans and Brazilian nationalist medalist. Professor Pugh, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We were just talking about the things that you have going on this weekend and for the rest of this month. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with us.
I thank you guys for the invitation. I'm very excited to be here and talk with you guys about Jiu-Jitsu, about the new projects we come, and the ways that Jiu-Jitsu can help people, on their lives.
I can't wait to hear that, especially because we are getting into the competition stage, and I definitely want to touch on how you train your kids. When you think about just going back and you say jiu-jitsu and changing people's lives, what did that look like for you as a kid growing up in Brazil, right?
Yes.
And having the wonderful option of jiu-jitsu.
So I grew up in a very poor neighborhood in Brazil, they call a favela, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how I say, I didn't have much discipline. And then my mom decided to the jiu-jitsu to see if, because I was a nice boy, always polite, I went to the school and everything, but I'm very emotional and explosive. So I always in a fight, things like that. And my mom decided okay, let's try jiu-jitsu to see, what's gonna do it, how gonna help. I always heard about discipline, this kind of thing. And then luckily I had a great professor from the beginning. He's my professor from the first day until now. It's always promoting me, from my first stripe all the way to my my fourth stripe on my black belt. I never received a stripe from a different professor.
Really?
Always from his hands.
Wow.
Always from his hands. And then changed my life. Gave me a direction. Gave me a profession. Right? Gave me friends. Gave me family. So, when I say jiu-jitsu can change lives, I can start talk about myself. I will not be here today if it was not for jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So I have a lot of friends didn't went well in life. Problems with all kind of problems, and I consider I've been able to succeed in life because of jiu-jitsu. What jiu-jitsu been doing for me. So
it's interesting because everyone that I speak with, we talk about the family and the community that we have at Gracie Baja. Every person that I talk to that came from Brazil. They use jiu-jitsu as an avenue for a better life. And they always speak about, the things that they could have gotten into. Did you know early on that you had to stop being a bad boy and try to get it together and use jiu-jitsu as that vehicle to get you where you wanted to go?
no, like I said, when my mom, and because I remember we moved from another neighborhood, so my mom decided to try the jiu-jitsu. Was like right on the corner where we were living. The first reason I say, okay, I want to try that. Well, as a boy, like a very young boy, a 16 years old boy, man, because I always in trouble, right? Always in fighting on the street. And this is gonna help me win fights.
It will.
This was the first thing come to my mind. But man, jiu-jitsu, the Grace family was already famous in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Jiu-jitsu was growing, so we heard about MMA, about Pride in Japan. But man, I'm gonna try that because it's gonna help me, start to beat others. So I started jiu-jitsu with the wrong idea. And then luckily I think you have a good professor, changes everything. You have a person you're gonna look up to, is gonna be your the example, the people you want to be. This changes everything. So luckily I had a great guy, man, a great professor, and bring me to help me made the good choice, the right choices.
So he was like a mentor for
Man,
you
exactly.
coming up.
And jiu-jitsu professor, I see jiu-jitsu professor like that. I don't see a jiu-jitsu professor just with a guy gonna teach you techniques. But everybody is not only that, you know. I see for my kids the way I teach and my relationship with my kids and my adults students as well. I'm not over there just to teach techniques. Even around the world today, you can open the YouTube, you can learn technique, right?
Right.
Or you don't need a professor over there. No, you can learn. But the professor, he's not only over there to teach you techniques, but to give you guidance, no, to help. Because of that, you pick a good example, no? Is very, very important.
I consider myself very lucky. I started jiu-jitsu at the age of 46, and I'm almost 50, so almost 4 years doing jiu-jitsu. And I apologize because I haven't been to your school yet, but I go to different schools in the valley, and I'm lucky enough to build those relationships with those professors. And each one of you, I feel, are very genuine to anyone that comes to that door. There's no pressure. You guys explain to us, the reason why we do things. You guys don't say, here, go do it. You guys break it down and you explain why we're doing a certain technique a certain way. But more importantly, sometimes I show up early, and I was a coach over at Peoria for a while. The kids are so bought in, and if you have a good professor, just like you mentioned, you had the professor that gave you every stripe and every belt since you been training. I think that is so special the way you guys take what you have and pour it into the younger generation and the adults. But to see kids respond to what you guys teach us, I think is incredible. Now you have fought at some of the biggest levels, the biggest stages, and you've been successful. Do you find yourself right now pouring that back into the little champions, the teens, and the adults to help them be prepared to compete?
Yes, like I, I have a huge passion for jiu-jitsu, no? And
All of you do.
yeah. And I always competed since I started. I love the competition. Competition. I not only because everybody wants to get the gold medal, no, and of course this is good a goal. No, I tell my kids, man, when we compete to win. We never compete to lose. We compete to win, right? But the tournaments, no, be a competitor, bring you so many more lessons than just a medal. No, and also if you done the right way, increase your passion, your interest by jiu-jitsu. No, and it's one of the ways I was able to create this group of kids, very engaged, training hard, with a lot of passion for jiu-jitsu. It's very nice because, for example, on the regular class, I have a regular class, the kids are starting, and we have the competition team. When you go for the competition team, you ask them, what you do on the evenings, sometimes before you sleep, something like that. They say, I study jiu-jitsu. I watch a fight. I grab somebody I like to watch, like some guy now on the names on top, like Tainan Dalpra. I watch Tainan Dalpra fights. I watch Roger Grace fight because they want to learn, they want to improve, they want to get better. I believe there's a very strong relation between you build a strong connection with your students, a strong bond, a strong community, and also teach the highest level jiu-jitsu you can. This was always something, one of my concerns. So I want to create this strong environment, this strong school, but I don't want this become just a club where people come here just to like work out. In Chandler, nobody comes to work out.
Right.
Nobody comes to train.
Yeah.
Because I believe that when you train hard, when you sweat together, kids, adults, masters, girls, women, families. When you sweat together, that creates a so strong bond and connection between us, and make the environment strong, make the community strong. And for the kids, I say with this mindset since the beginning. Since I start in Chandler, the Gracie Barra Chandler. Luckily, also, I have a very good community. Man, well, it's an awesome community. Chandler Gilbert community is awesome. I love them. Luckily, I have like few kids very interested and passionate about jiu-jitsu. And that helped me create what we are doing now. I remember when you opened Chandler, I had like basically 2 kids competing, very strong, like was Christian Naya. I was taking them everywhere, California to Japan, to Las Vegas, to American Nationals. And what happened? That started to create, others start to see that, start to connect with that, and then it was helped to create the next generations. So today, man, we have I don't remember now. I think I have over 20 medals on Pankids. I think 8 golds, things like that. And the Pankids is there.
8 golds, 8 silver, and 7 bronze.
Yeah. So Pankids is like the highest, the biggest tournament for kids, and see the kids put so much hard work to get ready to face that kind of challenge is already worth, And
yeah, I think that every professor or coach that I talk to, they no one likes to take credit for the kids going out there doing what they do. I think you have one of the strongest kids competition programs in all of the Valley. And like you and your professor, I believe that they get out there and they want to shine in front of their professor. I see that about all the kids. And that has to make you feel good, right? To know that you invest the families. You mentioned about the environment, the community. The families trust you. The kids trust you. And to have that buy-in, I know it just makes you feel so good inside.
It's awesome. It's like people say, Pew, boy, it's not too much work, because, man, I'm always traveling, so for this weekend, I'm going to Orange County with some kids, And then people say, every weekend you out of town, traveling with them. Man, you spend so much time, focus on the competition team, help them. Worth it, man. Worth more than anything. Like I said, just the trust, see the connection I create with them. And it's priceless. And again, I agree when sometimes I see people don't want to do that, because it's a lot of work. Because if you get a jiu-jitsu school, a jiu-jitsu gym, 98% of the students, what's going to support the school, they're not competitors. So you cannot turn your back to them just because you love competition and just focus on that small group is the competitors.
I was about that, yeah.
You cannot do that, or you're gonna break the school, right? The school is gonna break. So it's a lot of work. You need to make everybody feels they are part of that. So what's happened in Chandler? Even for them, the adults, the masters, all of them like to train hard. And all them, even if they don't compete, they connect with the kids, with the young adults I have, the juveniles competing. They feel like they are part of that. But of course, to make this happen is a lot of energy, because you need to make everybody connect. You need to bring everybody together, right? If you turn your back, like, okay, now you guys are not competing, so I don't care. I'm going to just take care of this little group here. You're going to break the school, you're going to break the environment, and on time, you're also going to break that competition side you've been working so hard to create. So it's important you make the whole school embrace that idea, of, like I was saying, train hard is part of the culture of a jiu-jitsu school. If you train hard, just good things gonna happen. No, you don't need to be a competitor to be part of that. No, you don't need to be a world champion, a state champion, a company champion. You don't need it. No, you just need to be there. Sweating with us, smiling with us, telling jokes, laughing. It's just that.
I think one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that even though you may not be competing, you are competing because you guys teach us to be a good training partner for the people that are competing, and we show up to work out and train with those people. So you may not be competing on that day, but you are competing to help your brother or sister get prepared for the tournament.
100%. Is that? No, it's like everybody's part of that. No, when one of my students succeed, all of us succeed. And I tell that again. Well, we are talking about competition, no, but I try bring that for life because then it's easier to connect. So if you were my student, man, you able to create, for example, this podcast here being very successful, man, is a great achievement for you. You are succeeding. All the group, everybody around you is succeeding with you. No, everybody's over there is sharing your happiness. Everybody over there is happy for you. No, so this make everybody be part of that. No, and just make the things stronger, better and better. No?
You know, the thing about it, and you mentioned, Professor, that everybody is happy and proud that I'm doing this. It's been great to start off, and like Bill was saying, this episode 7, to have my friends, my sisters, my brothers come in that I train with, sweat with, learn from, to have that support from this community. And it's not just a school that I train at, it's valley-wide. And I really appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. It makes me feel good. It makes me continue to want to help.
No, it's like it. I tell everybody, my best friends in life, the guys I have today, all come from Jiu-Jitsu.
Me too.
All come from Jiu-Jitsu.
Me too.
I have few guys still, but I can count on in my hand are not from Jiu-Jitsu. All the other ones, my best friends, guys from Brazil. I'm in touch every day, every week. I met them in Jiu-Jitsu. So this is awesome.
Jiu-Jitsu is a bond and a glue. A lot of people from the outside looking in, they don't understand that at all. Speaking of that, the people on the outside looking in, Jiu-Jitsu for everyone. Your contribution to have an impact on someone's life beyond the mat, what does that look like for you?
And I can connect everything, at least for me, like I was saying, everything's connected, So we are talking about competition, right? And like I said, the competition is not only the medal change the kid's life, but the dedication, the hard work, the commitment, the love for Jiu-Jitsu. For adults, is the same. I've seen so many guys getting to the gym, to the school, broken inside, and through Jiu-Jitsu, they were able to rebuild, to grow again.
Yes.
Man, find motivation, find a direction. God, this is, like I said, again, it's priceless, and everything's connected. Everything's like the Jiu-Jitsu can bring to us. Man, like I said, because that it's hard for me to say a Jiu-Jitsu professor is just over there to teach techniques.
Right.
I'm not over there just to teach techniques.
Right.
I'm over there to teach Jiu-Jitsu, and the Jiu-Jitsu can relate you can get in many different ways. You can learn the techniques to be able to practice the sport, but also can take the lessons you learn inside of the match from your brothers and sisters, to help you in life. You build a community, you make friends, you find support for problems you have in life. So, and the Gracie Barra quote, that Jiu-Jitsu for everyone. For me, it's exactly that. Is Jiu-Jitsu today. Everybody can take can have the benefits of jiu-jitsu. You don't need anymore to be a tough guy fighting and like was on the past when I started. Like I said, I started jiu-jitsu because I want to learn to fight. No, was that the mentality? No, when jiu-jitsu started in Brazil. No, this is a mentality. Jiu-jitsu for the guys wants to be the toughest ones to beat other people, and it's that. No, why you do jiu-jitsu so I can win a fight. It's that, and then right, this grew. This jiu-jitsu grew, become the sport we have today. So because today is a sport, where everybody can practice, like a basketball or any other sport. Everybody can practice, and then you can start to have access to different people. Not only that people, just guy wants to be the toughest one in the neighborhood. Not only that one wants to beat everybody, but you start to have access to business owners, to people,
doctors, lawyers,
everything. People gonna find in jiu-jitsu confidence, discipline, friends, community. Something even around the world today is sometimes very hard to have, right? You'll be part of a good community. Like everybody today is alone, everybody like you work, you wake up, you work, go home, and your life is that, right? And then we lost the sense of community, and jiu-jitsu brings this back to us. Like you're saying, it's like the bonds we create in jiu-jitsu. Man, I practice other sports in Brazil, but like we have in jiu-jitsu is. It's like unbelievable, no?
You speak about the bond, and I could go a little bit further, say passion, and the understanding what jiu-jitsu has done for my life. And you mentioned what jiu-jitsu does or can for everyone. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to. We always get emotional when we talk about how jiu-jitsu has changed our life. Everyone has that why. Everyone has that reason. And if you trust that community, you trust the professor that's the leader of that building, it's a wonderful thing. And a lot of people, they don't understand that. One of the things I always say when I look at the kids, and I mentioned that I was coaching under Professor Dan, I always wish that I would have started jiu-jitsu at their age. So in a lot of ways, I see myself living through them. Speaking and saying that, living through them, what do you see as the evolution of how skilled and talented these kids are versus when you were their age, 16?
Man, it's crazy now. Like I said, if you go one day to watch Japan kids, you're gonna be, man, it's not possible. What I see these kids doing today, I could not imagine I'm doing when I was a kid, young. I got, man, it's the level. The kids today, I say, you go to the punk kids, you see kids fighting on black belt level. Of course, they don't have the strength, they don't have the size, but technically talking, they do things, man, some black belts cannot do. Man, like I said, on the competition team, man, I have awesome kids, many of them are awesome. One example is Luke, a yellow belt. He's well known here on the Valley already.
Yes.
This kid is, bish. I tell everybody, boy, he's I think 11 years old now. He's 11 years old. When this kid turning 15, man, he's gonna beat. I'm not gonna be able to train with him because, man, he's awesome. You see the level of jiu-jitsu he trains. He's awesome, and many other there as well. So God, it's hard to know where this gonna stop. Because every time is earlier. For example, a few years ago, I remember people talk about a lot about the Rutolo brothers. Were very young, very new in the jiu-jitsu community. Then came Mika Galvão. man, very young already. Then Coleabate, I think was the youngest one. I don't remember now if it was Cole or Mika, youngest ones to receive their black belts, right? And then you see other kids, So for example, I see some schools in California already with this work doing for a longer time, right? Man, it's amazing to watch, And then is what we're trying to do here in Chandler, with these kids. So, and I have many of them. Like Luke is already know because he's a professional competitor already, He's compete everything, He has his schedule to compete. He's studied jiu-jitsu. He does strength and condition.
Mm-hmm.
With 11 years old, he's already does strength and condition for jiu-jitsu to compete. Very committed to competition. So man, we are going now in December. We're going to Dublin to compete the European. And talk about that. Like I told you, I'm taking 10 kids out of country to compete jiu-jitsu.
That has to make you proud.
No, it's when I realized, I almost cried on that day because I saw IBJJF promoting the European.
Mm-hmm.
Say, okay, Dublin. I'm gonna talk with my students. And then I knew for them, Luke would like to go. Because I know his dad. His dad is always very committed, very supportive to his kid. I look for sure go, but I said it's hard, out of country.
A lot of money,
right?
It's not cheap. How
we go like this? And then, man, okay, I wanna go. So we have, I think, 9-10 kids. We are going to compete European, and then they are very committed. They are training hard. They are focused on. So, and this is awesome. And I don't know where this is going to stop, because every time you see kids earlier, being able to decide, okay, I want to become a professional jiu-jitsu fighter, and then of course they start early, they get focused, training hard early, and they become incredible on that young age,
When you're getting ready to take 10 kids out to Dublin. And I know that you're gonna have them prepared, like training right now. Do you find yourself working within their strengths that they already have, or do you help them incorporate more in their game?
So, I do the season during the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always have like months before the tournament where I focus to teach them new techniques, new skills. When we have like a good amount of time. Yeah. So like, for example, I'm gonna use the Pankids example because I'm used to work with Pankids longer. The Europeans, the first army, I take them. So the Pankids is been happening in July. So from January to March, end of March, I focus new techniques, new skills. Very patient. I tell them, make mistakes, try, learn these new things, to see how you adapt to that, how you like to that, And then we got this 3-4 months to do that, and then around 2 months and a half, 3 months before the tournament, basically 2 months. Let's put it 2 months. Then the intensity of the training goes like this. We sparring much more. We do strength and condition.
How many minute rounds when you?
God, I already have them doing like between 8 and 10 rounds.
Oh wow!
Of course, kids of 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So for example, on Fridays now we have a Friday class, a competition class, day Friday. I like to say is the toughest class. It's the best class, where it's 1 hour and a half for kids. And then for 40 minutes, they sparring. For 40 minutes for a kid, they sparring for 40 minutes. So, because it's not the only competition, not only the technique. There's a lot of factors involved on the final result, right? Because that I even say, man, I never promise gold because I cannot control that. Because there's so many things involved. So, technically, how good is your technique?
Mentally,
how strong you're here to handle with that pressure. Physically, You need to be physically, even more today. Like I was saying, kids today are almost professionals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Before not, but now they are almost professionals.
Yep.
You need to be physically strong. No? So you need to eat well. You need to sleep well. For all that, things we used to say just affect the adults, the professional fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Once the kid wants to be on that position, no, and this is important. I always say the kids need to be, not the parents. The kids need to be on that position.
Yep.
He decides to be on that position. He starts to understand how these are important, how these affect his performance. So, like I said, they start to eat well, eat better. They start to sleep better. They start to have more discipline on their times. Okay, now it's time to study for the school because the school is important. You never can. I tell them never neglect the school. So you need to organize your time to study, to do your homework, to study jiu-jitsu, to train jiu-jitsu, to sleep, to rest, to eat. So look how much. And then on the foot, okay, they don't want to become professional jiu-jitsu fighters. Doesn't matter. Look how much they learn.
Yes. Yep.
From the process.
Yep.
Look the kind of adult, the kind of adult they're gonna be. No, with discipline, knowing what they need to do to succeed. Doesn't matter what goal they have in life. If their goal is go to the college, if their goal is build their own business, if their goal doesn't matter. They know the process.
Yep.
They know what they need to do. They know success requires sacrifices.
You bake that that template in the beginning, so it'll be automatic as they get older.
It's part of them. No, it's not something.
Yeah.
For example, sometimes I see people say, I struggle to have my schedule done. I struggle to eat well, no, to have my meals, no, the right way. When you get this from early like that, like kids, this is part of your life. When you grow, man, this is normal for you. It's not something. The opposite is gonna be weird. Say, let's eat anything. Why? There's not time for me to eat that. Right? That's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Professor, when we talk about the kids, and we just had talked about one of your kids right now, what do you think your contribution is going to be to push the future of not only jiu-jitsu, but the future of kids going forward?
Yeah, like I said, I on the Instagram, then last week I did a Q&A, you know, and I remember one of the questions came to me was like this: what expectations you hold about Luke, you know? And I've been having that since, like, it's not from now, not from Luke, but since Christian, you know, I'm there to support them in whatever they wanna do. This is my role on their lives, you know, as professor. I'm gonna support them whatever they wanna do. So, they want to be a professional fighters, they want to compete jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna be there to support them. They want to, so for them, we spoke about Christian a little bit ago. He's playing for the Chandler High School football. What's a very strong high school team.
I seen you on Instagram at the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he had to take a break for jiu-jitsu to dedicate for that. And then people also, some time ago, asked me if I was like frustrated or sad because of that. I said, man, I can say I was a little bit sad because I like to have the kid with me. You know, I have a very strong connection with him, but I cannot be sad with him or frustrated with him. No, because I'm there to support him. So when he decided to play football for high school, instead I get mad. I say, hey, man, you crazy? What are you doing? You have such talent. You have a huge future in jiu-jitsu. Why are you doing that? Instead I do that, no, I'm gonna support you. I want to watch your game.
You even had the shirt on.
The shirt. Now I go with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's been already, I think, 3 seasons. I've been supporting him. I go every year. I go watch his game. Every year, I go over there. I sit. I cheer for him. No, I watch him playing. I have fun with them. And it's that. My role is support them. I'm there for them. No, because I know, do the work we did before. they never gonna lose that connection with jiu-jitsu and
Right.
with me.
Right.
That connection is too strong.
And that connection is different.
Yes.
It's different. Football and jiu-jitsu, it's different because you have that one-on-one time with that person, and you're able to allow that person to build trust, build a solid relationship.
No, I'm saying it's like that connection is made already. It's strong. It's not gonna break. No. So I don't need to get mad or get sad because he's not training with me. I know, even if let's say, okay, after the football, the high school, he's go to the college, he's gonna become a, I don't know, engineer, whatever, and then he cannot have much time to train. He's still gonna have that connection with me with jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
He's still gonna have it. No, because all that work we did before. No, Luke, for example, since now young, he already said, you asking what you want to do. He say, I want you to be a world champion. I want to be a professional fighter. Man, it's his choice. And I'm gonna support as long as he wants to be that. If he change on the half, because they're young, the things can change. Say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to, I don't know, play soccer. Fine, let's go. I'm gonna support you, man. Let's do it. No, this is the.
You just made black belts a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel to be able to wrap that black belt around one of your students?
God, it's
you cried on Instagram. Am I going to get it again?
First, it's very emotional, no?
Yeah.
Because then, God, sometimes we don't, like I said, people outside, they don't understand what that means. They don't understand what that means. They don't understand what that piece of that belt, go around your waist. They don't understand what that means. And then when you see the students receiving their belts, the black belts, and start crying, and then I give them the opportunity to talk a little bit. Every black belt promotion, I give them the opportunity to talk as well. And then you see them talk, about the meaning of that, the struggles they had to go over, to achieve that belt. It's almost impossible don't cry.
Yeah.
The guys go over there. And like I said, it's when was that? I think 2 years ago. I don't remember now. Professor Josh, I promote him to the black belt. He's a very successful guy in life. He has a beautiful family. He's a doctor, no MD. Man, he's a guy I had a lot to look up for. I want to learn from him. I want to learn, but his family is beautiful, man. He's being able to give everything that he can to them, to support them. He's successful in life, successful in professionally, And then he was very nervous about to get a black belt. I remember he came talk to me, Professor. But then now, what are gonna do now? Now all nervous, like God. It's fine, God. It's just gonna keep your journey. Don't stop on the black belt, But you feel how much that means for them is unbelievable. Like I have many examples over there. Like I said, this last belt promotion, I promoted 4 black belts. My first woman, Xavier, Ryan, a very successful business guy. Scotty, man, great guy. Very successful. Also has a beautiful family. And Professor Luquinhas was one of the best Roosterweights in the world. Man, all them they have their own history. All of them are very successful in a lot of ways. But that belt meant the word for them. They cry, they were emotional. So, man.
I think it's almost impossible to go to a black belt ceremony and you do not receive some of that emotion from the recipient because we all know what it takes to get a black belt. I can remember Professor Zuza, which, he's the reason why I'm doing jiu-jitsu.
This is awesome.
And yes, he is. I miss him. And he got in front of the class, and this is when he was a brown belt. I guess, either the kids or the students were going up and they were asking for promotions. So he stopped the class and he went in front of the class and he said, at Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu, we don't give anything away for free. You earn what you get. So, and I get emotional just thinking about it right now. So when I see someone receiving their black belt, I know what it feels like to receive that because I've watched people. I can't say I know because I haven't gotten my black belt yet, but
Soon.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I could feel that, and you feel good for them. So, I just wanted to get your take because I know how much you care about your students, and to be able to promote black belts, so many black belts in one day. I know it had to make you feel good.
Was like was a very special day. Was very special. And on this day was the day also I received my fourth stripe.
Really?
And then my professor came from Brazil to promote.
Wonderful day all day. Right?
Was an awesome day. Was super fun day. No.
So we talk about those black belts that just got their black belts. Are you looking forward to the day that your young competitors and champions, you get to put that black belt on?
Oh, yes. I think about that every day.
There you go.
I think, man, I tell the kids, okay, I want you is going to be the first of you guys here on the kids program.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to promote a black belt, So
who do you think is going to be first? I'm not going to, you don't have to say, you don't have to say.
The life changes, and then some of them go to the college, some of them going to stay here.
Yeah.
No, but I tell all of them, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Even if you go away, you come back here because I'm gonna promote you to the black belt.
Yep. Professor, I really appreciate it. We talked a little bit at CompNet, and I think this was a much better place for us to sit down and talk.
Awesome.
So I do appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come down and share your story. Love this story, love this conversation, and hopefully we can catch up again when I come and train at your school.
Okay, man. We are always welcome.
Thank you so much.
I thank you. It was awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining this episode of Beyond the Mat, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and share.